Friday, everyone. Welcome to the 4 to 5. Friday. I'm Lauren Coleman here with Tanya Rivera, Sydney Moore, and Meg Ryan. We're giving you some girl power.
Yes. All right. Well, obviously, you know, it's just the heat outside, very kind of hot, a little muggy at some points. How's it going to look going into the weekend as well, too? I know we'll talk about that coming up.
I feel like at this point we're kind of used to this weather, so we got one more day with it. We'll start to have some changes on Sunday in the form of some slightly lower temperatures, but of course there's a trade-off, and that's going to be an increase in storm chances. But we'll talk about that coming up.
That's the afternoon nap.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds so nice. Absolutely. Well, let's jump right into your headlines today. And we are live right from Randolph County right now, where crews are investigating after the wall of a historic church in Franklinville caved in. We just learned the church plans to tear down the sanctuary tomorrow morning.
First responders were called to Franklinville United Methodist Church last night around 9:30. They say one of the walls collapsed, causing debris to hit the AC unit. That AC unit then fell onto the gas line, which then led to a gas leak. No one was injured.
And this afternoon, engineers and state officials are inspecting the property to find out what caused the wall to fall. Contractors will put up a tarp over the hole before wet weather expected this weekend. Local leaders told us the church is older than the town of Franklinville.
A Triad teen is accused of peeping into women's restrooms is facing new charges for a similar crime. High Point police charged 19-year-old Nori Staten with 4 counts of indecent exposure. In May, police arrested Staten for peeping into Harris Teeter restrooms. Staten did appear in court for the offense but got out on bail. This week, officers got a call after Staten was spotted exposing himself at Deep Bean Espresso on Lexington Avenue. He appeared in court yesterday where the judge set his bond at $25,000. Staten is banned from several High Point businesses, including all Harris Teeters.
A 12-year-old boy is recovering after 3 people opened fire at a basketball court in Winston-Salem. Police say it happened last night at Cleveland Avenue, homes on East 15th Street. Officers say shortly after the shooting, the boy showed up at a nearby hospital with a gunshot wound to the back. He's expected to be okay.
North Carolina A&T is hosting a community wellness event tomorrow. The goal is to connect people living in East Greensboro with health resources. They'll have food, entertainment, medical screenings, and a kids' play area. And get this, it's all for free. The event kicks off at 10 in the morning at the Hayes Taylor YMCA.
All right, let's talk about your time, protecting it, giving you more of it. Trying to fit everything into the work week doesn't always work, right? Especially when some of your to-do list things include things that can only be done during office hours.
We just want to remind folks that we are there on Saturdays from 8 to noon. Again, you don't need an appointment. You can walk in. It's full service. Any service that you need from a driver license office, you can come and get on Saturday mornings.
Well, there are hundreds of DMV offices around the state. 16 of them are open on Saturday mornings to give you more time to get things done. And get this, 3 of those Saturday morning DMV offices are right here in the Triad, 1 in Winston-Salem and 2 in Greensboro.
Summer is the busiest time of year at the DMV, but for whatever reason, people aren't taking advantage of the Saturday hours. We've actually had to send employees home early because there's just not the volume of customers there.
Now, part of the reason summertime is the busiest time is this right here, because first-time drivers finally have enough hours to make it to their next license level. And this year, a law change could be driving up those numbers.
There was a recent law change that took the amount of time you need to have your level 1 from 12 months back down to 6. And so that made thousands of teenagers instantly eligible to get their level 2 driver license, which allows them to drive themselves during certain hours.
And don't want the parents want them to drive themselves.
Yes, so right. So
and you know, the complaint is, I waited forever at the DMV, but now they're changing their hours so it doesn't have to be that way.
Which will help a lot, because anytime you think of the DMV, you're always thinking about, I'm going to be waiting for a little bit. I need to bring my magazine, my book.
That's right.
Something.
I wonder if a lot of people just don't know that this Saturday thing is a thing, an option, because I'm shocked that more people aren't taking advantage of it, because it is really hard to step away during the week if you work a 9 to 5 to go go to the DMV.
They say that this year is really weird because they've done Saturday hours for the last couple of years, and they say it's usually like crazy, right? Saturdays are full all the time, but they say this year, for some reason, half of the outlets for DMVs that are open on Saturdays, they're not seeing anybody. That they're sending people home.
Very
Their
odd.
workers, they're sending their workers home because there's just nobody there.
Wow.
So strange. All right, now remember you can renew your license online, but then every other time you have to come in person. Of course, that is different in every state. The next time you have to renew your driver's license in person, you could get a real ID. It will be mandatory by 2025. A real ID is making all IDs from every state the same when it comes to the identification that's necessary to physically get that ID. You're going to need a real ID to fly anywhere in the U.S. by 2025. So that trip to Grandma's house, that trip to see Mickey Mouse, yeah, you're going to need a real ID to fly as of 2025.
As the temperatures heat up in the Triad this season, the hot months could leave you tossing and turning all night long. Let's connect the dots on why some people get less sleep in the summer.
Hot and humid summer nights are nothing new, but they could be costing us shut-eye. A new study found when nighttime temperatures get above 86 degrees, on average, we lose 14 minutes of sleep. Researchers found the elderly, women, and people in low-income areas were the most impacted. And the more temperatures rise, the more sleep you lose. And while 14 minutes of sleep doesn't sound like a big deal, it can have a negative impact on your physical and mental health. According to the Washington Post, losing sleep can cause obesity, heart problems, and even early death. Researchers say the ideal sleep zone is actually pretty cold, between 63 and 69 degrees. And that is Connecting the Dots.
I feel this is so true because yesterday I was struggling to get to sleep. I feel like it's the sun because at sunset, the sun is still kind of up around 9 o'clock. So I'm like walking around like it's 5 p.m. during that time,
Right.
You know, when I really should be settling down, getting into the bed.
Yeah, I think for me, even though I do have my air conditioning kind of on a little bit, I still get a little hot during the summer months still, even with the air conditioning. And I have a hard time going to sleep with that. That might be my reasoning for it a little bit.
Supplement with the fan. I'm just telling you, and put it right on you.
Right, just right in your face.
Don't even apologize for that. You got to be able to sleep, right?
Yeah, got to be able to sleep. I got to get off social media. That's what keeps me
Earlier,
up.
for sure.
Earlier, yes.
Listen, that social media will just have you scrolling all night long.
All right, Meg, what about the weather this weekend?
Well, we're already seeing some showers and storms popping up across the area thanks to the heat and the humidity. Of course, we've been in this weather pattern for quite a while now, so we're kind of used to it. Let's take a look at where the storms are right now. Southern portions of Wilkes County around the Boomer area, seeing some showers and some thunder boomers as well. Over Forsyth County, Pofftown, up in Louisville, seeing some showers and storms. A little thunderstorm right there over in Yadkin County as well. So yeah, dropping a good bit of rain, even if you're not seeing the showers and storms. Over in Randolph County, Guilford County, everybody's basically seeing a little bit of some wet weather in each county across the area. We're only looking at general thunderstorms today. We don't have a risk of severe weather today or tomorrow. Temperature-wise, 85 degrees right now in Greensboro, Winston-Salem 80, 94, High Point, you are hot, 91 right now in Burlington. The Hoppers, they are starting their game 87 degrees at 6:30 this evening. It is going to be hot and muggy and just a slight chance of an isolated storm. Here's a look at tonight's forecast. 70 degrees, just an isolated storm chance early, but we might have some patchy fog in the morning. For tomorrow, hot and humid, 88 degrees, very similar to what we're seeing today with these pop-up showers and storms. Sunday is when we start to see the changes. I'll have those details coming up.
In hot summer temperatures, many people like to wear shorts or maybe even a bathing suit to stay cool in the heat. But for those who struggle with varicose veins, this time of year can cause extra anxiety.
True varicose veins are larger veins that tend to bulge up underneath the skin. Some people describe them as looking like a little worm or something under their skin. They're often not straight, but rather a squiggly line. And those can be seen anywhere from the groin all the way down to the ankle.
Dr. Ray Workman is a vascular surgeon with Navant Health. He says varicose veins are mostly seen in adults and women who have had multiple children. It's a condition caused by weak or damaged vein walls and valves.
Yeah, so they don't typically get a lot worse in the summertime, but certainly people notice them more because now they're wearing shorts and bathing suits and they're looking at their legs more. The hot weather can cause veins to dilate, and so sometimes people will notice their varicose veins are more prominent after exercise or if they're outside standing on a hot day.
Dr. Workman often recommends people wear compression stockings to help with the symptoms associated with varicose veins. He also recommends seeking treatment, a process that can take 6 to 12 weeks.
While they may not be able to, get to the point where they're really happy with the way their legs look and feel by the end of this summer, certainly by next spring, if they sought treatment early, we could get them really looking good for next summer's bathing suit season and swim season.
Dr. Workman says those with a more intense form of varicose veins can undergo an office-based surgical procedure that results in a quick response. I could definitely see how something like this can make someone a little self-conscious, a little shy about showing their legs. But the good thing is there are several other things you can wear during the summertime that, don't have to be shorts. You got the maxi dresses,
right. That's what
you
I
have
said.
like wide leg pants or linen pants. There's so many other things you can do.
Yeah, they do. I know like at some stores and sports stores as well too, even if it is kind of long sleeve or long pants, they make it to where it still is a little bit cool, you know what I mean, and very flowy. And I don't know, there's kind of some science behind it as well too. But because my dad, he sometimes doesn't even really like to show like a lot of arms or legs, and he'll just be wearing pants and long sleeve, and he's good.
And my mom always wears like long sleeves and stuff because she's like very fair skinned and she gets burned all the time. So she's like, this is just better for me. I don't have to slather with all kinds of sunblock everywhere. So
and when you're wrong, go with white too.
Go with white. I was
That's
just about to say,
true.
light colors, light fabrics. I mean, even if you wear leggings, you can wear light colored leggings as well.
That's right.
So there's other ways to get around it.
Whatever makes you comfortable, most important thing. Yep, we'll be right back.
Well, we've been stuck in this weather pattern, hot, humid, scattered afternoon showers and storms. We'll start to see a little bit of a change coming up here, not too soon, but we're going to be the same thing going in through to the weekend. Saturday, still highs right around 90 degrees. We're going to keep those storm chances all the way through Monday. Tuesday, we're going to start to see some changes. And temperature-wise, Sunday, not quite as hot as what we've been seeing. 85 degrees right now in Greensboro. Look at that dew point. 69 degrees. That is that steamy, muggy conditions that we keep complaining about. Temperature-wise, 80 degrees in Winston-Salem. They must have had some rain there. 85 in Greensboro. High Point's been the hot spot today, 93. 81 up in Walnut Cove, and there's that dew point. 69 degrees. If you look on our chart, that's almost to that oppressive, what I call the Florida humidity. That's what we've been experiencing all week long, and it's been hot as well. Tomorrow, another day, upper 80s, but notice for Sunday and Monday, we're back into the mid 80s, so below average even, but then it's hot again coming up on Tuesday, but no storm chances on Tuesday. So here's a look at the radar right now, getting more and more active thanks to the heating of today. Forsyth County seeing most of the storms right around Louisville, Pofftown, Rural Hall seeing some showers, even some storms as well, but even from Rockingham down to Randolph County, some isolated showers and storms, and over in southern Wilkes County seeing some activity as well. We are just in the general thunderstorm risk category for today, and that will be the same thing for tomorrow. So tomorrow's very similar to what we're going to be seeing today. We'll start to see some changes coming up on Sunday. So for tomorrow, you can see those storm chances increase with the heating of the day, and that is what is really focusing these showers and storms. On Sunday, though, this is when we have the threat of severe weather. My biggest concern is for heavy rain and from strong winds as well. So waking up tomorrow morning, mostly clear skies, some patchy fog. By lunchtime, we're going to start to see those showers and storms pop up. They're going to be few and far between through the rest of the day. So overnight tonight, just an isolated storm chance early, then we'll clear out with some patchy fog towards morning, 70 degrees as you head out for your Sunday morning. And then for tomorrow, another hot and humid day, 88 degrees with those afternoon, evening storm chances. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast coming up for Sunday. Best chance of storms for the week at 60%. That's also when we have that severe weather threat. Monday, 50% chance of rain, but at least it's going to be the mid 80s. We warm back up to the 90s by the second half of the week, but Tuesday and Wednesday, we finally get a break from the rain.
There's a new app out on the internet streets and users can't get enough of it. Threads is the newest social media platform presented by Facebook parent company Meta.
Yeah, the app launched on Wednesday and already has more than 30 million people clicking around. Our National Verified checked out the app and how it could shape the social media landscape.
Meta's newest platform, Threads, has exploded onto the digital landscape with tens of millions of users in less than 24 hours. The app, which launched on July 5th, is meant to rival Twitter, which has dominated the online community square for years. We checked out the app and spoke with Charles Palmer, Harrisburg University's program lead and associate professor of interactive media, to answer some of your questions. Is Threads the first app to challenge Twitter? There are a handful of programs similar to Twitter, so no. Platforms like Mastodon, Hive Social, and Blue Sky are all copycats of the popular app. However, Threads has the benefit of coming from Meta, which Palmer says is a huge advantage.
One of the reasons that Threads is going to be successful is the fact that it already has an audience of a few 100 million who are already using Instagram. So those people will very easily be able to come over to the platform.
So, do you need an Instagram account to join Threads? Yes, in the version available when it launched, Threads can only be used by individuals with an Instagram account. The new app is also just that, an app. No desktop version yet.
It allows the company to sort of manage how many users are coming to the platform today. But I wholly expect as popularity grows, they'll create other hooks for other individuals to gain access to the website.
And it is important to note, users cannot delete their Threads account data without taking down their Instagram account as well. And can you delete posts on Threads? Like Meta's other popular platforms, yes, users can delete posts. They cannot edit them. That ability is only available on Facebook and Instagram, and over on Twitter. Only users who pay $8 a month for Twitter Blue can edit their posts. The app is still in its early days, and Palmer says it will likely evolve over time.
Understand that this platform is going to grow based on the needs of the community.
According to Meta, the app will follow the same community guidelines as Instagram, and the company says they plan to make the program interoperable with other apps.
Very interesting. So this whole thing got us thinking about our favorite social media apps. I asked you on my Facebook page, and Felicia Westry says Facebook because I get to connect with childhood friends. Shaquita Hammond wrote TikTok, so many laughs. It really helped me through COVID being a healthcare worker. Kenneth Lewis wrote YouTube and Facebook, new videos and just being nosy. I think that's why a lot of people like social media. Mikey Simon said MySpace, it was useful, fun, and simple. I miss Tom. And for those that didn't have MySpace, Tom was the creator of MySpace. So everybody had at least one MySpace friend, and it was Tom.
Okay, gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My favorite apps would be probably YouTube, because I won't dive too much into it, but I love when people give like tours of their homes, because I can get like the decor ideas and things of that nature. And I also love TikTok.
TikTok.
And I'm an Instagram girl.
Same.
And so the Threads thing it's fine. It's okay. It just seems like, okay, what are we gonna do here while we're here?
Well, I think I'm gonna wait and just see how it evolves, and maybe if the job makes us use Threads, then I'll start using Threads. But my favorite app would have to be Instagram. I like pictures.
All the pictures.
I take pictures. You know, I like to cook. I'm always posting pictures of my
yes,
food.
meal prep.
Meal prep.
Love
I
it.
take lots of selfies. Yeah, I'm a selfie person, so I like that.
Selfie
and then
queen.
I get lots of recipe ideas from Instagram too.
Ooh, very nice.
It's interesting though that all of the data migrated
Yeah.
from one to the other, and if you delete one, all of it goes.
That scared me
interesting
because I've
protein.
had my Instagram account at least since 2012, so I would feel kind of crazy like letting go of that. So I feel like maybe they're doing that so people will keep it.
Especially though, because all the competition out there with Twitter being able to edit if you're paying some some of the access there, but then Facebook and then the Instagram now that you can already edit the feed. So that's kind of interesting too that part won't be on there as well.
Yeah.
So
What I think is cool, at least so far, is that Threads, everybody's been nice.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm good with that.
We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on how that grows. Stick with us. We'll be right back. It's Friday.
Music on the 4 to 5. It's like you're on the go.
It is.
to the
It's Friday. We
weekend,
need
on
y'all
the
to get
go
live.
to the weekend.
I love that you guys make up songs.
We do. You know, it's got to keep the world going.
We were in here freestyling yesterday, so.
On my mic check, and you guys
Your
did a
mic
great
check.
job.
Yep, we do. We have a lot of fun on the show, as you can see. So welcome back to the second half hour. I'm Lauren Coleman with Tanya Rivera. We have Sydney Moore and Meg Ryan.
All right, so we're talking hot, we're talking humid, we're talking rain.
Always. It's been this way for, feels like almost 2 weeks now. But remember back in June when it was cold and rainy?
Yes.
Just, just remember that. Of course, this is North Carolina. If you've lived here long enough, you know the weather constantly changes, one extreme to another. But today, hot and humid. We do have some stores popping up on radar. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But I have some mid-80s in the forecast. Slightly below average.
Hey, anything helps at this point.
I know, so true.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right, first off though, Greensboro police are broadening the conversation around community safety. Today, Chief John Thompson and city leaders laid out a plan to reverse rising crime trends.
We hope that the message is not lost, and that message truly is that the community cannot solve violence and violent crime and homicides alone. The police department cannot solve violence, violent crimes, and homicides alone. It's going to take both of us to do that.
Well, right now, Greensboro is tracking an uptick in crimes. We've got them listed on your screen so you can see the stats. Now, this is compared to this time last year. Homicides are up 65%, sex offenses up 75%, stolen property up 149%, kidnappings up 37%. Now, Greensboro, of course, not the only city seeing a rise in crime. Winston-Salem is dealing with more of this as well. As of today, there's been 29 homicides in the city.
Chief John Thompson also celebrated the return of a GPD safety effort today. This morning, the department assigned 10 cars to its Take Car Home program. Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn says the program will help increase police visibility in the community. Leaders also say it could help with response time since officers don't have to unload and reload equipment. And I think anything with convenience is always great, especially if it can help with those response times. I can definitely see and hope to see that it'll be a lot more easier for the officers out there with that.
What are your thoughts about this whole community safety and all of that?
I just think that, you know, just because we've always had it in a box that police do all of these things that check the box doesn't mean that it has to stay there.
Yeah.
Right? We have to see, hey, our community is growing, the needs are different, the needs are changing. How can we make sure that the police are doing what they're really supposed to be doing, and what kinds of things can we have other people do? And I don't have any problem with that.
I don't have an issue with that either. Overarching thing, I think also like community policing and just also forming that bond between the people of the community and the police department. More people might feel more comfortable stepping up to help out or stepping up to give answers when we do all these stories like, if you know anything, call Crime Stoppers. If you know anything, call the police. I think we really have to start at the base level of everything and strengthening those relationships.
And you kind of hope the more people that you get involved, the more that the community just all has buy-in, right?
It's all about forming good relationships. That's good.
Absolutely. We're going to jump into some of your headlines with our 4 to 5 roundup. A Triad teen is accused of peeping into women's restrooms is facing new charges for a similar crime. High Point police charged 19-year-old Nori Staten with 4 counts of indecent exposure. In May, police arrested Staten for peeping into Harris Teeter restrooms. Staten did appear in court for the offense, but got out on bail. This week, officers got a call after Staten was spotted exposing himself at Deep Bean Espresso on Lexington Avenue. He appeared in court yesterday where the judge set his bond at $25,000. Staten is banned from several High Point businesses, including all Harris Teeters.
Well, in case you missed it, the DMV is open on Saturdays from now until August 26th. Take a look at your screen to see locations in our area. This summer is peak season for DMV appointments. Leaders hope to offer expanded hours beyond the summer at more locations statewide as staffing levels improve. And a small Triad town is happy to have their local Walmart back open. The Supercenter held a ribbon cutting today in honor of the remodeled location in Keene. The refreshed location features new displays and checkout options. Walmart also gave over $5,000 to the Keene Police and Fire departments.
Swifties now have 6 new songs to jam out to. Taylor Swift re-released her old album, Speak Now, today. It includes 22 re-recorded songs plus 6 fresh unreleased tunes. Swift is repurposing the old album to help navigate around licensing rules since she doesn't have ownership of the original project. She says she does plan on doing the same for her other albums in the future.
Well, there's beef between Britney Spears and a basketball star. Spears ran into #1 overall draft pick Victor Wembanyama this week at a Las Vegas hotel. When Spears went over to congratulate him, things took a turn for the worse. Spears claimed when she tapped the basketball player, his bodyguard backhanded her in the face. Wembanyama says he didn't even know what happened.
I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and we told don't stop, but that person grabbed me from behind. Not on my shoulder, she grabbed me from behind, and so I just know that the security pushed her away. I don't know with how much force though.
Spears filed a police report, but the department says they're not pursuing charges after seeing the surveillance video.
Interesting. A lot of people talking about this. We were talking about it in the newsroom this morning. What are your thoughts about it?
You know, I mean, I think it's interesting, especially, you know, when different situations kind of like this happen. You just kind of never know type of situations. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a yikes situation.
Absolutely.
And then with the surveillance video as well too, them kind of not, you know, I guess looking into that as well, but you know. So.
You kind of want to see the surveillance video.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Are we going to play it?
Yeah.
I mean, think about how it was probably crowded and that kind of thing. And I'm thinking to myself, her trying to get up to his shoulder.
You don't see someone right
That's
away.
what I'm saying.
Right.
You
And that's
just
why
don't
I'm
see,
like, how do I comment on this because I haven't seen the video to not, you know, say the wrong thing. But when someone brought it up to me, the first thing I thought was, he didn't know who Britney Spears was?
He didn't even see Britney
Yeah, but he
Spears.
didn't even see her. And that's when I read more about the story. I said, oh, okay. But just a sticky situation.
Yeah,
but I hope
definitely.
everybody's okay.
For sure, for sure.
Showers and storms are popping up over the area. It's hot and humid out here, so it's no wonder we're seeing those showers and storms. A little bit of wind as well, as you can see, and they are popping up everywhere. So let's take a look down at Randolph County. Some showers and storms there. Up towards Forsyth County, seeing some showers and storms. Clemens getting a little thunderstorm in the Bermuda Run area as well. And Louisville seeing some showers and storms. Over in Wilkes County, southern portion seeing some thunderstorm right now. So taking a look across the area, we are looking at just a general thunderstorm risk today, so don't anticipate any of these storms to become severe, and that's also going to be the case tomorrow. Sunday is when we start to see those changes. Outside right now in High Point, 87 degrees. They cooled off thanks to some storms, but that dew point is high, 74, so that's at muggy conditions. And it's going to be muggy out at the ballpark. Hoppers has the first pitch at 6:30. I think it'll be around 87 degrees, and we'll have to keep an eye on the radar, make sure there aren't any showers or thunderstorms in the area. Here's a sneak peek at your weekend forecast. 88 degrees for tomorrow, very similar to what we're seeing today. 40% chance of those pop-up showers and storms. Changes happen on Sunday. Temperatures a little bit lower, mid-80s, but we're going to bump up storm chances and include a risk of severe weather. We'll talk about that and more coming up.
Meg, thank you. One woman is showing folks it's never too late to get moving. 75-year-old Joan Young completed a 4,800-mile hike stretching across 8 northern states.
That is impressive, but that's not all. Young is the only woman to complete the amazing feat not once, but twice. Wow.
There are days that are great and there are days that are awful. And you just have to decide that you're not going to give up.
The North Country Trail is a path stretching through Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and North Dakota. Joan Young is the first woman to complete the NCT Trail by hiking and is the oldest person to do so. And the impressive stats don't stop there. Joan has made this journey twice.
I finished the trail for the first time in 2010. Almost as soon as I finished, I knew I wanted to do it again.
And Joan says the biggest challenge of all is planning.
It takes a fair amount of planning to pull off a continuous hike on this trail. You need to be comfortable in outdoor situations.
And after that crucial step was completed, her boots hit the dirt to take on the NCT for the second time in December of 2021, hoping to complete the entire trek in a year.
And to do that, I would have to average 15 miles a day.
But after health setbacks and heavy snow in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, she decided her original timeline was not possible.
It's it's a mental challenge.
But the roadblocks didn't stop Joan from reaching her goal.
And hiked my last 6 miles into Timber Creek on June 18th. So it was 18 months and 18 days.
And what goes through someone's mind when hiking that long?
I play silly games with myself. I sing songs. I'm a plant nut. I'm an amateur botanist, and I look at the plants all the time.
And now Joan shares her story with others, writing books about her journeys.
Oh, I love it, writing the books
story.
too.
Very,
That's awesome.
very
If that
impressive.
doesn't encourage you, I don't know what will.
Absolutely.
You know?
Gonna give some more steps in after seeing that. I think it's also a great story of it's never too late to like try other new things. It reminds me of, I'm in a gym class right now with all women, and there was one lady in the class, she's lost like 25 pounds in a couple of months, and she says it's just an example that you don't have to be super young to like lose weight or to get back into the gym. And her saying that she's been just inspiring so many other people.
You just have to start,
You
right?
just have to start.
I also thought about the 90-year-old woman that we covered too at the Fun Fourth Fest, and she was running and competing in that. Had so much energy. I mean, and like I said in the beginning, it just encourages you to get out there yourself. You're never too old. You're never too young. All you got to have is that that determined type of mentality and just get out there.
And you don't have to walk 15 miles a day, right? Like she sets
Right.
that standard, right? But you don't have to be like, well, if I can't walk 15 miles, I'm just not going to do it. No, you walk whatever. You walk to the stop sign, right, in your neighborhood, and that's how you start, and that's okay.
I'm a perfect example. I'll just get outside sometimes if I like to walk. And it won't be a lot, but it is a little bit, and I feel like a little bit still goes a long way.
Absolutely.
And just being out there and moving your body a little bit.
Yeah, even if it's just during your lunch break, getting out in the parking lot and walking around, which I see a lot of us here do.
We do, for sure.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.
There is a whole lot of excitement in this studio today. I mean, I don't know if you could have felt it with the whole like girl power thing and everything else, but I'm just telling you, we got some big announcements about these two ladies who are standing right next to me. So what I want is a drum roll, because this needs a drum roll. Thank you very much. Okay, here it is. This is Lauren's last day on the 4 to 5, but she's not leaving, so don't you worry. This Monday, her alarm's going to be going off way early.
Very early.
As Lauren is joining the Good Morning Show.
Yes, early, but it's so worth it. You know, Greensboro has really become a special place for me, and I'm so excited to spread my wings even more in this community and get your day started. So I will be anchoring the Good Morning Show alongside Megan, Christian, Ben, and Ed, but I'll still be hanging out with my buddy Eric Chilton on the Good Morning Show at 9 a.m. So I am staying put, just shifting shifts.
Switching shifts.
I'm just so
that's a
I'm excited. So
Yeah.
I'm just switching shifts, and I'm excited to getting your day started.
Yeah. All right. So that means, and I told you there were two things. So we got Lauren, Sydney. You're going to be joining Eric and Chad on the 4 to 5.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just so excited, overwhelmed about it, to join Chad and to join Eric. And the show is just so exciting. All of the energy you guys have from the music and the different stories that we're telling in the community. So I'm so excited to be a part of the 4 to 5 team.
So now, I mean, you've been anchoring with Chad at 11 o'clock since the new year, right?
Yeah,
and so now you're going to start your day and end your day.
Yep.
Right there.
We'll start it together and we'll end it together. And you know what, Lauren? I'm going to get you a gift, a new
Alarm
coffee
clock?
mug.
Yes,
a
perfect,
coffee
because
mug.
I'm going to need a lot of coffee. That alarm is going to be going off, I think, at around 1 a.m. Maybe 1:30. I might be able to push it to 1:30.
But you got all the energy with it too. So I know
very, very excited, and excited for you. We've enjoyed having you this week. You've been doing a great job.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm excited
And
and so
then
grateful
Monday
for the
starts it all.
opportunity. I know, and it's been nice to already kind of been working and slowly moving into the role. But yeah, Monday is the official start. So yeah.
And what a great way to end on a Friday, right? Like all the good, exciting news for everyone. And so, you know what? We'll see you all on Monday, and we'll see you all at different times.
It's another warm and muggy evening, but I feel like we're kind of used to this at this point. It's been the way all week long. A lot of repeat weather forecasts, hot, humid afternoon showers and storms. But take a look at Winston-Salem, 80 degrees. That's due to a rain shower out at the airport, dropping temperatures down to 80. But that humidity still high, 70 dew point. Temperatures across the area are all over the place thanks to storms that are popping up. So 80 in Winston-Salem, 85 in Greensboro, 85 also down in High Point, 84 up in Martinsville. And there's that humidity. We're definitely muggy out there. Tomorrow, with the heat, with the humidity, even though air temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s, it's going to feel like it's over 90 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And temperatures are going to stay warm tomorrow, but then for Sunday and Monday, we'll be in the mid 80s, back to the upper 80s for next week. So looking at our heat index, it's going to feel like it's in the 90s over the weekend. A little bit of a drop in the first portion of the week, but then we're back above 90 for the second half. Showers and storms are popping up across the area from Forsyth County down to northern Davidson County over to Randolph County and over to Wilkes County as well. But we are just in a general thunderstorm risk for today and tomorrow. The severe thunderstorm risk is going to come on Sunday, and that's for all of North and South Carolina and down to our south as well. But notice no rain chances coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we'll finally start to see a little bit of a break. So for tomorrow, dry in the morning with more of those pop-up showers and storms developing in the afternoon. Overnight tonight, an isolated storm, patchy fog in the morning, 70 degrees. For tomorrow afternoon, another hot and humid one, 88 degrees with those scattered storm chances. And here's a look at your 7-day forecast. For Sunday, 85 degrees, a good 60% chance of rain. That severe threat is Sunday and Monday as well. But then Tuesday and Wednesday are dry days, but we start to heat back up to the 90s next week.
Meg, thank you. Thousands of thrill seekers, many from the U.S., are taking part in this year's first running of the bulls in Spain. The centuries-old tradition draws massive crowds, and already at least 6 people have been injured.
The bulls are back. And so are the crowds for the thrill of the chase in the Spanish city of Pamplona.
That cannon goes and people start running, and all of a sudden you're in a dead sprint.
Alec Levick flew in from the U.S. to join thousands of daredevils from all over the world at the annual Running of the Bulls.
People are falling, the bulls are running right past you, those things are big. It's crazy.
As the 1,000-pound bulls charge through crowds on the narrow cobbled streets for more than half a mile, some, like Will Mojo from Austin, struggle to stay standing.
I came around the turn, my foot slipped, and I just ate it on the ground, and I found myself in the middle of the street.
At least 6 people were injured, but no one was gored. Activists have long protested the tradition, calling it cruelty to animals. The same bulls that run are later killed in the ring during professional bullfights. Friday's bull run signifies the start of the famous Festival of San Fermin, a 9-day party revelers call the best fiesta in the world. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Wow.
All those people.
That's
wow.
all I can say is wow. Just
Yeah.
seeing some of those people almost get trampled over.
I know.
But I low-key can see how they get a thrill out of this.
So apparently it all started like back in the day where they would bring their cows and cattle and things like that, and they'd have to get them from the farm all the way through the streets to be able to go to do the bullfighting, right? So it was just basically them traveling. And then kids and people would like jump in the way as they were doing that, like as a daredevil or whatever. And then it just became like a thing, a competition of, can you do this? And look at how, oh my goodness.
I've got to be
Thousands
honest.
of people there running with the bulls.
Would you ever do something like this?
I'm not the most adventurous person out there, and I'm truly not. So it's a no from me. But I mean, you know, I'm all for people loving what they love to do and getting a thrill out of it. I am all for that. But for me, it's a no.
So I do like a thrill.
Okay.
You know, I've climbed a volcano before. I've rappelled down a castle before. But this, I don't know. It just seems like it could be a safety hazard. So
What about you?
I'm a no. I'm a no.
A no.
Now, I will watch it. And I think that's kind of cool. I'd be there for the festival.
Yeah.
I'd be at the edge of my seat watching it. I give you
doing
kudos to that, too.
All right.
All right. Well, before we head to break, we've got a serious debate to discuss. Ketchup. We use it on burgers, hot dogs, or fries. It's a staple in many households, but where it's stored remains a point of contention. So should the ketchup be in the fridge or is it better off in the cabinet? I asked you to weigh in on Facebook and we got lots of answers. Stacy says fridge unless you're using it every single day, then you can leave it out. Stephanie wrote no, it makes your food cold. Angie says refrigerate it after opening, but I do not like cold ketchup, so mine stays in the pantry. Robin Hicks, I keep mine in the fridge after opening because it's listed on the bottle that I use. So growing up, we actually did not put our ketchup in the fridge. We put it in the pantry.
Yeah.
And then when I go to a lot of restaurants, you know, they're on the table and I'm sure they're not putting all of those in the fridge. So I don't really like my ketchup cold, so I usually put mine in the pantry.
Yeah, it's in the pantry as well too, and then once I open it, then I do move it over to the fridge.
So you're saying before it's open because it says to refrigerate.
Exactly.
But I'm saying after you've opened it, like, are you someone that keeps it in the pantry or the fridge?
I'll probably keep it in the pantry. I don't ever really put it in the fridge at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even after you open it, you don't put it in the fridge.
Now, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
After I open it, then I put it in the fridge. Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny because at home I put it in the fridge and I'm like, this is where this belongs because it says so. But I don't even think twice when I go to a burger place and all the ketchup is just sitting on the table.
And I think
that is interesting.
I think it's a preference about whether you like it cold or you like it warm. But the bottle does say refrigerate after use, but a lot of people don't actually put ketchup in the refrigerator.
I mean, those ketchup packets aren't in the refrigerator.
That is true. But you know what? I never even thought about a restaurant not having it cold either. So that's interesting.
Put something on your brain. All right, we'll be back. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Showers and storms are popping up across the area, but will it affect your weekend?
Hi there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's hot. It's very hot outside here today. Not surprising, but you know, it's the dead of summer. But it's hot.
The number is alarming. The murder rate in Greensboro is up 65% compared to last year. The new police plan to crack down on violent crime.
Meanwhile, a Triad man accused of spying on women and exposing himself in public is facing new charges. Coming up, the growing list of stores he's now banned from.
We've been in this weather pattern all week long where it's hot, it's humid. We get those